Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Today we are playing Euro Truck Simulator. Well, we're streaming it. James is streaming it. James is
Hello!
there. I'm here because James didn't want to do it without me because there are bigger boys on the server and they're all scary. And we were going to get external contracts. That was it. There's only two of us. Job market, external contracts.
I know there's only two of us because the other ones aren't answering my text messages and I feel sad.
So where do you want to go? There's one to Bern to Linköping.
Linköping? Which page is that one?
First page, dude.
Oh, 47 grand.
Salty snacks, salt and spices.
So let's take this. Yeah, let's take the salty snacks, shall we? Oh god,
salt.
You know what I forgot to do, don't you?
Linköping. What?
I forgot to turn off my in-game radio.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
so I get blah 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 blah.
don't hit begin delivery. How do you turn it off?
Tab, right click, left click.
Okay, hang on a minute. You got to be
You got to look up
in
first,
the cab.
don't you? Yeah. Yep. Look up at your little radio. Tab,
Look up at the radio.
right click, so it brings up your little button, and
Tab,
then left click on the power
Right
button.
click. Power button. Onion rings, so we don't
Onion rings.
have people screaming at us.
And don't forget to turn your lights on, Pookie.
Oh yeah, otherwise they will get things will get messy. We now have the Michelin tires, both of us. James has gone for orange. Yeah, I got it. I've even got the cup and the hat on the dashboard, so I got a Michelin cup. More garbage.
Right, cool.
Yeah, you
I
get
didn't bother.
you get access to the other garbage in the thing. James has got snow if you're just joining us on YouTube, and I don't have snow. Whoa.
Welcome to the two-man truck cast, yo. Yo! Oh, red lights. Oh, I didn't see them. I'm colorblind.
You can. Nick was saying that the red lights are client side.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
said
god!
that.
Ah! I nearly drove into an invisible wall. Oh, I thought it was straight on. There was a lady walking out the road and everything. Oh, witchcraft is this? This is stupid. I've had a long day at work. I've got home. I've done a
long day at work. You do less hours than me at work. Shut up.
I've done a full 8-hour day, James.
Really? How long was your lunch break?
Technically this long. Also, I did a thing when I got back. I recorded for YouTube when I got back, transcoded, encoded, and now it's being uploaded. It's got like 2 minutes left. So this isn't... Oh, I just drove into a fence. This isn't my first rodeo, James. Shut up, James. Everyone hates you.
Oh my god, you're the one driving into stuff, man. It's not like you're short on cash, but you know.
No, I only have 29.4 mil.
I'm annoyed why the now playing is not working.
Monster Cat
Is a mod on the channel.
you.
I'm still paying the fee, so I'm not quite sure. I won't get like silence, so it's fine.
Well, it'll be up on YouTube anyway afterwards. The superior platform with HD remixing.
I can do
Everyone
HD.
cheer. Oh, can you?
Yeah, I'm not stuck on.
You need the
bitrate now.
bandwidth.
No, I'm not stuck on bitrate anymore either.
You need the computer that's manly with 16 cores.
You got me on that one.
Hey, who's got 2 thumbs and 16 cores?
Not you.
This guy.
You got three thumbs because you're from Oxford. Thumbs.
What? I have thumbs.
I
You know what they have in Oxford? Oxford is full of punts.
Shoes.
No,
Boats.
punts.
Yeah, boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't try
no,
to spring your posh words on me.
No, it's not a boat, James. It's a punt. It's very, very different. How uneducated do you have to be to mix the two up?
Yo.
A boat has a hull and you row around with oars. A punt is more like a raft?
Skiff?
No, it's literally
Pura.
kind of more like a raft, and you move it with a pole. And they've got punt runs. So where you get like weirs and stuff. You have these rollers.
Why
and you
would
can
say rollers, right, okay.
Yeah, you can lift the punt up and there's like a fish run underneath.
Okay.
For fish. So the fish and the punts go up one way and the boats go somewhere else through a lock maybe. I don't know. I'm not a witch, James.
A witch? Why would you be a witch? Witches don't go no...
I had a dream, James.
What, that you were a witch?
Oh, well, there's only 2 of us. You may as well listen to my freaking dream. Okay, so I had this dream the other night and I was telling Nick and Alex about it and they didn't really understand it, so I'll tell you. Okay, So it was Cornwall, and not as the Americans pronounce it, because I listened to a few history podcasts. Cornwall? No, it's Cornwall, darlings. So I was in Cornwall, which is rugged coastline, lots of granite and stuff. And I was an architect, and I built this house, and it was actually 3 houses together on this peninsula. And the families moved into the other 2, and I was in one, and I was like really tired, so I was kind of in bed, looking out the window, right? And the sea was out there. Now the sea was not rolling in waves; it was kind of bobbing up and down. Like the waves were going into the cove, but then they weren't crashing on like the rocks or anything. And I was thinking that is super dangerous. Yeah. And then I was like looking at an island, almost like via Google Maps.
Yeah.
And it was Donald Trump's personal island, and I found his like runway and everything, and the like a 747 is like the world's shortest taxiway in his private 747, and I'm like, okay, that's Donald Trump's private 747. So I went to Donald Trump's private island because I was like, well, I'm kind of near it anyway, and I went there, and he was a farmer, and he was growing alpacas. Well, farming alpacas. And I was there.
Farming alpacas, not growing alpacas.
But he had like a Texan accent. So he was there, and he was just like, yep. And there was like a really dusty road. And there was alpacas in a field on one side of the road, and then like a smaller pen on the other side. And they were like, he was doing a bit of animal husbandry with the alpacas. And he was like, when you're breeding alpacas together? And I was like, oh, tell me, Donald Trump. What do I need to know about this? And he was like, well, you can't breed members of the same family together. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he was like, do you know how you can tell if they're members of the same family? And I'm like, I don't know. And he was like, well, because they won't cross the road to meet each other. And I'm like, oh, so you can't possibly mix up members of the same family when you're breeding alpacas. And I was like, oh, thank you, Donald Trump. So that happened.
Neil, have you been huffing glue again?
I drink a cup of tea before going to bed.
Tea? Is it made with ethanol by any chance?
No, it's made with tea. It's Earl Grey. It's a bergamot and lemon. There's a boy coming up on the outside, by the way.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine.
His name is Hobo Flower, and he's just gone and checked the. I think he's on a keyboard. He really likes you. Oh my god!
There it goes.
You're driving through a winter wonderland.
Yeah.
I'm
just
driving.
Have you not seen it?
No, I can see it on the stream, James.
Okay, fair enough.
But I actually prefer it like this. I don't like.
I've got to pull in here, by the way.
Why?
I need fuel. I did say.
I need gas as well.
We need some fuelage. Oh, slow down.
Yeah.
So, do you dream about Donald Trump a lot then?
No. The thing is, okay, I hate the cold, and it's freezing here at the moment. I don't care, Canada, shut up. So,
it's kind of harsh, man.
Canadian people are like, ooh, you don't know what the cold is like, eh? And I'm like, yeah, well, you don't know what cottage cheese really is. Go back to your poutine. And there's poutines. Poutine's basically cottage cheese, chips, and gravy. There's no way to treat gravy.
Well, I'm amazed they call it gravy and not meat sauce, because that's normally what they call it.
No, well, you can make gravy with vegetable stock, so it's fine. Anywho. Yeah, it's cold. I was in the kitchen earlier, and you're breathing out, and there's just vapor everywhere.
I should hope you breathe. Well, I'm not sure with you. But...
Well, so yesterday I made yakisoba noodles with soba noodles, and I was just like, yeah, it's too cold to be in the kitchen. So tonight I had Mexican bean burgers. I don't actually remember the last time I had meat here. Like, I've eaten it out, but I've eaten it at yours. Shut up, James. That only works
I
with
didn't
maple
say
syrup.
anything. I just chuckled, alright? Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I don't know.
Well, you come round for your weekly bacon sandwich.
Yeah.
It's good.
Bacon sandwich.
That's about the only time I really ever have a bacon sandwich as well, is when you come round, so...
Yeah. Oh, oh my god, I'm getting a bit of an internal cockpit lag. Do you know, on the news there was a thing, I probably said this before, on the news there was a thing about bacon and processed meats being cancerous.
Yes.
On the BBC, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna kill your face right off." I don't know what we were talking about originally, but now we're talking about something else. This is fun. We're talking about Donald Trump and breeding alpacas. Yeah, so processed meat. It says like processed meat's gonna kill your face right off, and then you
it's
die.
probably it's probably the liquid smoke they use has got.
No. Okay, so
No?
I did a look into this because they were talking about they talk about kebabs, and I was talking to Dad about this. Okay, so kebab meat is basically they take a big stainless steel skewer.
Yep.
They take a lot of baby sheep.
Yep. They're called lambs, by the way.
Yes, I know, but it helps to reinforce the fact that they are in fact babies. I have been on a farm.
Adolescents, but never mind.
I've been on a farm where they've been lambing before. It is such an interesting experience. Oh, it's snowing, but I don't have the snow on the ground, and there's a helicopter flying past outside. That's fun.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I've got... So for some reason, where I am, helicopters fly over all the time. They're military helicopters. Actually, genuine.
I thought you meant in game. I'm thinking,
no,
what?
I live in the middle of freaking nowhere, and there's military helicopters all the time.
You live 2 minutes from town, shush your face.
When you say 2 minutes from town, Hale is not a town.
It is, because it's not a fucking city.
It's actually a lot further than 2 minutes, my friend. But anyway...
The way you drive, I am amazed.
Everywhere's 2 minutes the way I drive. What are we talking about? Alpacas?
Cancer, bacon. Cancer bacon.
Right, okay. So cancer bacon. Yeah, I was talking to Dad. So I said, hey, they're talking about banning kebabs because kebabs...
Wait, what?
Well, Dad was like, oh, it's probably because of bacteria. And I'm like, okay, bacteria. This is weird. I'm getting snow, but I don't have the snow textures. Yeah, so he was saying you take a lot of dead baby sheep, you mash them together, you stick them on a thing, and then you leave it essentially turning in atmosphere in a shop, which is exposed to every kind of bacterial influence. The cooking process probably isn't enough to kill everything.
Nope.
So you end up with essentially a bacteria-covered spit, and you just go up and then carve a bit off. And it's just like, all right.
Which is why in some of the worst places, it's really
poisonous.
Where you get food poisoning from.
Yeah. So there's a bug coming out on the outside. So there's another theory, and I looked up because they do actually put in an antibacterial agent, but it's a specific one to stop bacteria creating something called botulism toxin.
Oi. Steady on there, big boy.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah. He's on a keyboard. So it's sodium.
Wait, did you say botulism?
Yeah, so you can get botulism toxin from meat. You can also...
I thought you could only get it from cabbage or mushrooms or something.
Well, no, that's a different toxin.
Anyway, botulism.
Yeah, botulism is a bacterial byproduct, which you can get. It's essentially kind of it's not the bacteria, it's the byproduct, and it's kind of like a nerve toxin. Ooh, which way are we going? This way.
I've just gone slightly to the left, but
I think we've gone the wrong way. All right. So
I'm still going straight on.
It's yeah, it'll mess you up fun time. It can actually stop you breathing and a bunch of stuff.
Doesn't it paralyze your respiratory system and then you just die of that?
Yeah, it inhibits. It stops the nerve sending signals. You can also inject it into your forehead to get rid of lines and wrinkles. It's the same stuff essentially.
Botox.
Yep.
Really? I knew that.
So what they use, or what they can use, is a bunch of different things. It'll be sodium something or other. So you can get sodium nitrite. Now this is very important. It's nitrite. You can get sodium nitrate as well, and you can get a bunch of other things.
Isn't sodium nitrate a fertilizer?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's inert in the human body. You'll go in, the human body goes, I don't know what this is, I don't really need it, so it just comes
Cooks
out.
it out.
Yeah, but because it's just like a small, like a trace amount, then it's not a problem in a human body.
Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Is this the same sort of thing that requires you eating basically constantly for like 10 years to get cancer from it?
No. This is something very different. You see, sodium nitrite has a bit of a problem. it can bind with amines, which are naturally found in your system, or foods and stuff. And acidic environment. So in an acidic environment, it stops being sodium nitrite and becomes nitramine. So the sodium lets go, and then the amines bind, and then you get sodium nitramine. Not sodium nitramine, just nitramines. So yeah, nitramines are kind of bad for you, and increase the base level of your base risk of getting cancer in your digestive tract by between 65 and 70%, and that number comes from, I think it was cattle herds in Finland. I know it's one of those countries.
Scandinavian countries, I do believe, are the words you were looking for.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. And I know it's one of those countries because they were using sodium nitrite to basically as an antibacterial in cattle feed. And then they were finding that the cattle were developing cancers at an increased rate, just this strangely high rate. And they were like, oh, what is going on here? That was back in the 70s. So they've known about this for a long time. So if you pick up meat in a supermarket and it's been processed, ignore the BBC, because the BBC just lies. And
Neil,
yeah,
look at my screen. That's what I mean by missing textures.
You got missing rock textures, my friend.
Not texture. Not.
Those textures you're missing are actually supposed to be rocks, my friend.
Okay, cool.
Or more specifically,
snowy ones?
No, they're like a rock with a green grassy bit on top. You don't need to worry about them.
Maybe that's why, because I ain't got no grass at the minute.
Okay. Anyway,
back to cancer bacon, or cows with cancer. Cancer cows?
Cancer cows, yeah. So if you want to be safe from cancer while eating processed meat, look at the back of the packet and make sure they don't use sodium nitrite or sodium nitrate, and you should be okay. That's all that was going on.
Okay. Thank you for that public service announcement.
It was a public service announcement.
Maybe when you do this on your YouTubes, maybe you should put up a little flashcard that says, now for a public service announcement by Neil.
Okay, so I did
rather than a poem by Gary.
So I did a video earlier. I did a Stranded Deep video.
I was going to say, okay, yeah, stop mentioning the videos. What do you want, a bloody medal?
And so I got halfway through and I was just like, so I've been watching these videos by Simone Yetch. So she is... Oh, we just come off Toll Road, cool. So, have I talked to you about that before?
Yes.
But I haven't talked to the internet about it. She basically does shitty robots. Her description.
Dude's up on the right, be careful.
Okay. So she makes these shitty robots, and she essentially... Oh, right. Is he just pulled out?
He was parked up. Or is he pulled out now?
Yeah, he's pulled out in front of me.
Do you want me to pull over?
If there's a lay-by or something.
Yeah, there's a petrol station coming up in a minute.
Oh yeah, just pull in there. I'll join you. So she makes these shitty robots, and she's actually Swedish. Or wherever... Wait, name a place in Sweden? Stockholm. So she used to live in Stockholm in a houseboat, like an icebreaker tug, and now she moved. She went to America. But if you hadn't have heard her talk, you wouldn't know she's Swedish until she can't think of a word.
Can't find a word.
Yeah, and just say it straight in plain Swedish, and it's like, oh my god, fine, cool. But she does lots of technology stuff, and I'm like, this is kind of cool. Because she didn't know anything about robots before doing the channel, and then just kind of picked it up.
Just the same as we've learned from doing this.
So I was thinking about doing a month, maybe a monthly, maybe a bi-monthly video just on technology. Because I done one on the Roomba,
I still reckon we should make you cook.
The Roomba's cool. I can't cook. The
I know.
Roomba's cool. And I've done one on the Tomy Turbo Turn-In Tune-In dashboard and like pulled it apart.
Like that one, I have to admit.
It's a good video. Just literally pulled it apart. But I've got other things, and I was looking around. I was like, I could do more technology videos. I mean, I've got night vision. I've got a night vision monocular, which I can break out and have a look at.
A couple of Geiger counters that we used in one of the check that chili we had.
I got a big old yellow Geiger counter, civil defense one, and I got a personal radiometer. And I got some targets. I got a little watch hand, which is radioactive, and a uranium glass bowl, which is it's like a sweet bowl from the 1930s.
What was the hand painted with? I can't remember you.
The hand's probably painted with thorium.
That was it. I thought it was thorium, but I thought, no, that can't be real.
No, it's okay. So
because obviously thorium is a metal that occurs in Warcraft, so I thought they just made it up.
No, it's a radioactive radioactive metal. They use it as pellets in Japanese reactors. So when you have a fuel rod, you don't put just like a whole uranium glow in the dark rod in it. You put pellets on the inside. That's kind of like Kibblin bits. So yeah, you have pellets on the inside, and the Japanese reactors tend to use thorium. I don't know if they're Westinghouse reactors or Hitachi.
I thought they were the Hitachi ones.
No, I think the Japanese, like Fukushima, might have been using Westinghouse.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so I have a uranium glass bowl, which is made out of depleted uranium and glass. However, thorium's quite an interesting thing because in France, there used to be a cosmetic brand called Thorium, and it's actually one of my. I really, really want to get one of the old enamel adverts, the metal sheet railway station advert things, because it's okay. So
please don't tell me they've painted it with radioactive frickin' paint.
No.
We're turning right at the bottom.
It's actually got this this sort of 1920s flapper girl style picture on the front, and it's this blonde girl, and she's it's kind of like a brown orange advert, and it's to do with makeup, and she's got a little makeup pot in front of her, and it's glowing. And she's actually underlit, so she's lit from the bottom up by her makeup pot, because the makeup had thorium in it to warm you up, to give you a nice healthy glow. And also they would put thorium in things like women's corsets, so they would put it in.
Why would you do that? What?
To protect against rheumatism.
Protect your joints from rheumatism with a nice bit of radiation. The fuck, Batman?
Yeah. So they put it in there to protect against rheumatism, and it will keep you warm.
Oh, Monster Cat's now having a spaz out.
So the other thing they used to do is also put it in water. So they put it like a powdered version in water, so you can have water. A
nice warming drink.
Yeah. The thing about the adverts is, and it's quite interesting, and I really do want to get one of those. It's just one of the specific. It's quite a specific Thorium one. It's the kind of that particular image, but they're now using. It was in France, all of this, and they're using the adverts to try and track where sort of caches of this stuff may still exist to this day.
Okay.
Because
why the hell would you stockpile it?
Well, you throw it in a big cast iron tank and you drag it around and you sell it on the street to people.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you now.
Which means there's cast iron tanks that used to contain radioactive water.
Turning left.
But may now contain radioactive particles like powder or whatever.
Oops,
and it's so you now need to really.
That is sketchy as fuck, man.
I mean, it's low level. It's what's
no,
called...
it doesn't matter what low level. It's still sketchy as all shit.
But we didn't know anything about radioactive effects on the human body back then.
I don't know anything about radioactive effects on the bloody body. I'm not going to stick a uranium rod up my bum now, am I? I like the glow in the dark.
Well, you wouldn't put a uranium rod up your butt because, I mean...
Why not?
Well, the thing is, you wouldn't want to get any very close to like an alpha emitter. So putting anything inside your body is really bad news, like properly bad news. I mean, you've got alpha, beta, and gamma radiation.
Yep.
Alpha is very, very short range, but will mess you up fun time.
Isn't that what the elephant's foot gives out?
I think it gives out everything.
Oh, okay.
It's to do with the wavelengths. So beta can get stopped by like lead and stuff, and gamma you have to have huge like containment, like several feet of concrete and lead lining. But the trouble is, like if you've seen those radiation suits and films.
Oh, I know, that's a load of hokey bullshit.
Yeah, it's just a PVC suit.
It's just a hazmat suit, that's all it is.
The only thing it does is stop dust actually getting onto your skin and stops you breathing anything in.
Yep.
It does not protect you against the actual radiation itself. So it's literally just a barrier against particles.
But they say it does on the telly, and if it's on the telly, then it's true.
You may as well wear skin-tight latex for all the radioactive protection it'll give you.
Send me in. Ooh.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's fun. But yeah, that particular radio thingy, it's good. I like. Well, I don't like it.
So does it matter about the thickness of the lead then?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So,
that's what I thought.
Like an alpha radiation can be stopped by a sheet of paper. I mean, you don't need much to stop alpha radiation. Beta is a little bit. You could probably put it in like a lead box or something. And gamma, you're going to need some serious protection. But then the actual amount of energy will drop for each of the. I mean, obviously, depending on what material you've got. Why are we talking about this on the internet?
I don't know.
They're going to shut us down.
You've been saying that for years, and so far it hasn't happened. And we've talked about some really sketchy shit.
Or like President Trump breeding alpacas.
No, I was thinking about back to our Cards Against Humanity games.
All right. So yeah, it turns out I got a lot of technology kind of kicking around.
Going back to the beginning of this conversation, a lot of technology. Maybe I should do some videos on it. I still reckon we should get you cooking. I still reckon we should. I know you can't cook.
I've been cooking.
No, you haven't.
Week. Yeah, I have.
It's fucking Wednesday. That means you've managed 3 days of cooking.
I've been doing it since before Christmas, dude.
Oh my god, you've managed a month.
A
whole month.
Well,
would you like a medal? Should I make you a medal?
So just to clarify before people get the wrong idea, I don't
cook. Don't enjoy food.
No, I can
Don't
cook.
enjoy long walks in the park or on beaches.
So I can cook. And I do cook every day at a basic level. But I mean, there are things I won't do. I will not eat chicken nuggets. I mean, chicken nuggets. Why not?
You can make chicken nuggets out of nice chicken breast and it tastes good.
No, there's a certain level of stuff. I mean, so as an average
But they're called goujons when you're an adult.
Yeah, so as like an average meal will be like mixed veg. It'll be sweet potato, roast sweet potato, and it'll be like a Quorn like lattice thing or like a
apart from the days when it's a 14-inch pizza.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to have a pizza.
Yeah,
but that is literally that's as bad as it gets. But for most times it'll be like there'll be vegetables. There'll probably be a lot. It may mostly be vegetables, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's like I don't cook, what I actually mean is I find it hard to follow recipes because I'm kinesthetic. So I'm a visual learner. If someone was to come along and actually show me how to do it, and not on a video.
I've offered.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I've offered and you just go.
So I've been trying to
like my bean burgers or my sandwiches or my little salad or pizza.
Well, I've been trying to learn how to do Japanese stuff because Dad turned up at Christmas, so I invited Dad down for Christmas. There's so of the kids, I mean, last year he was with one of my sisters. I think the year before that he was with the other sister. And as
far as I remember, it's been like that, yeah.
Yeah, this year, the younger of my two sisters was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be away. Oh no, I'm just gonna have it for Dad."
Don't talk to me.
And I'm like, "I'll invite him down to my place." I mean, it's not quite like your nice house with its hot water.
Hotness in general warm. This is like an icebox, which is a shoe size.
I mean, it wasn't actually too bad that week. It's got a little bit colder now.
Yeah, but your dad's a tough old monkey. He can take it.
Yeah, he came down. He brought like a camping bed, which was handy.
They are cool little things, I have to admit.
But this is before I had Amazon Girl to remote control a lot of stuff.
So we have to call her Amazon Girl, otherwise you'll set her off and she'll
call her anything. I have to call her Amazon Girl.
Yes, so pretty much since Christmas online, on the times we have been online, we have been regaled with stories of Alexa and Order 66 or play this song.
I can do that. I can do that now if you want.
That's fine. I'm sure she probably gets sick of it. Or how to spell this, or turn the lights on and off, which is another part of your technology thing, which is cool but not cool.
I do enjoy
buying random cars.
Oh yeah. Well, because we were talking about a song, and she went off about
buying a car or something.
No, how to get like taxis and things. And I'm like, no, I didn't.
Oh, that was it. Setting up for an Uber or something, wasn't it? Is it?
Yeah. So it's like, please, sweetheart, stop. Come on. I don't. So here's a thing. Hang on a sec. I need to make sure. I was wondering why Twitch was jumping up and down. It's because this pedal that you've lent me. It's
Are you knocking the pedal again?
No, the pedal's set to right mouse button and my other one was set to B. And now I'm watching an advert on your stream on Twitch.
Really? I get adverts? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's one for it's one for an EA game, great, that I'm never gonna play.
Player probably or whatever. That seems to be their favourite. PlayStation 4. Buy your player packs now. I don't fucking give a shit. Sorry. I'm going to get ranty about it, isn't it?
No, it's cool. Football, so British football is the most homoerotic sport I can think of. I can't imagine any other sport where thousands of
American football.
No, thousands of men get together.
American football.
Can I finish?
No.
So British football is where thousands of men get together in a big sweaty arena, jump up and down and touch each other, while 22 men run around in satin shorts chasing after someone else's ball.
22 millionaires.
It's a little bit fruity.
A little bit.
I mean, I don't want to upset anyone, but it is a bit fruity.
It's fruitier than a bloody
I would rather
greengrocers.
I'd rather our national sport was Canadian ice hockey.
I thought it was cricket anyway.
Cricket.
Rugby. I like rugby.
Any game that takes 5 days to play is not a game, James. Cricket. The last time I watched anything to do with cricket,
I watched the Ashes where we won.
I can't even remember.
Which was a few years back.
James,
that was quite good.
My disappointment is manifesting in...
You bloody Bergman, bloody fucking Earl Grey tea, and you don't like cricket. Get out. Go on.
Earl Grey tea is the apex of teas.
Exactly, and cricket is the apex of sport.
No. Okay. Okay. Point one. Earl Grey tea is black tea, bergamot, and lemon. How can you get any better than that? Point two. Cricket is not a sport. Watch Canadians play ice hockey. Any game where you get to legally push a member of the enemy team or your team through perspex.
Opposing team, not enemy team.
Oh, not the way they play, my friends.
I know, right?
You get to push them.
Hockey games. It's awesome.
Yeah, but you get to push them through the perspex into the crowd, and everyone's just like, yeah! And it's just like, oh, all right.
You did get put in the timeout box for that, you know.
I think you get put in the timeout box if you don't punch the other guy.
I've seen a few fights that have been quite vicious, mind you.
No, I swear, if you don't punch the guy on the other team, they put you in prison. It's like the law.
But first they apologise about it.
Yeah, they say, ooh, I'm very sorry about that, eh? And then they slap the other person in the face with their fist. And I'm like, oh, this is a sport we need. I want
There's not a lot of ice around here, dude.
They play on an ice rink. It's indoors, James. Even
we haven't got many ice rinks around here, have we?
There's one in Plymouth. There's one in
Plymouth isn't
Oxford.
In Cornwall.
Why? No, I mean a nationalised sport for the television.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. I don't know why. Maybe it just won't catch on because people are too busy watching foosball.
Football, it's the worst. It's almost as bad as American football. American football is like 22 dudes and nobody does anything. It's like, hang on a minute, they stopped. Oh, they stopped again. Oh, they stopped again. Oh, now it's
Advert break.
Yeah, now it's an ad break. Why does sports have an actual ad break? Like, just everyone stops and just like fingers themselves in the bum while the adverts are on, and I'm like, this isn't sport. What are you guys doing here? This is just camping at this point. You've all gone to a field and you're eating hot dogs and drinking beer. You are literally camping.
Neil, why don't we do more camping?
Because I don't have enough hours in the day to wait for you to wake up in the morning.
It's because it's morning. Who wakes up in the morning?
Also, camping is generally miserable, especially in the UK where it just rains. And then you lock yourself into a tent and it's cold and miserable. And I'm just like, I just want to die. Although, I might have a car by that point.
Now?
I'm looking at one at the weekend.
Good man.
Doing a test drive in a CHR hybrid.
Yep, I know.
And if I don't like the hybrid bit, they do a 6-speed twin turbo.
I know.
So
I thought that would have been your first option, to be honest.
No, okay, so the logic for doing it in a hybrid is that the UK government's being pants on head stupid. And I'm like, okay, right, fine. So they want to get rid of all petrol cars by 2030.
It ain't gonna happen.
It doesn't matter if I buy a car tomorrow, because 2030 is, probably about the lifespan of a car if you want to hold on to it. So that's not really an issue.
12 years.
I'm kind of interested in the technology. And that's what interests me.
Really?
Yeah, well, they come with a load of...
be surprised.
So they come with a load of kit anyway. Things like lane departure and a thing to stop you running over pedestrians so you can't garanga pedestrians.
What fun is that?
But there's just other
See,
things.
this is why I want an old Land Rover Defender.
Well, this is the best of both worlds because it's coming from a motorbike.
Really?
It's higher up, so it's about the same height. You sit about the same height as a motorbike. It's got big, comfy seats in the front, and it's warm. And it's warm
and dry.
Yeah. Well,
you're getting old, Neil. Do you want a pipe and slippers, dear?
I've been riding motorbikes for nearly 20 years, dude. I just can't. It's not a problem.
Go on, say it. I can't do it anymore.
No, I can, but the bike that I have...
But you don't want to because it's cold
getting
and wet.
old.
Yeah.
So I either will buy a new bike or I'll get a car. But I've done so many journeys I've got to the end of, and I'm like, right, well, I better check my feet to make sure the toes are still on and my toenails haven't fallen off.
That's you great wuss. You have a wussy foot.
When I went to Dad's, I nearly got hypothermia back in November.
You're built like a pigeon.
No, it dropped real cold. It was about 0 degrees on the way up. And if you take into a wind chill factor of 10, negative 10 on, because wind chill affects, obviously, biological matter.
Going fast.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, wind chill affects biological matter, but it won't affect inorganic matter. So if the temperature is 0 degrees, it doesn't matter what the wind's doing, the temperature is 0 degrees. But the wind chill will affect you because you as a biological entity will lose temperature faster if there's more volume of air moving over you. That's kind of the very super simple way of putting it.
So what's your excuse then?
Well, when I went to Dad's, that day, that Friday,
you built like a fag paper,
was really cold, and even though I put on fleeces and extra layers, I actually had 2 pairs of gloves on. I put
I'm still wearing my summer gloves.
Yeah, I put like push bike gloves underneath my motorcycle gloves, and I got to the windmills the other side of Truro to gas up. I was like, this is too cold. I might actually die. By the time I got to Exeter, I couldn't feel the levers. My hands couldn't actually feel the levers to stop. I was just like, Jesus Christ, this has got to a point where it's dangerous. I got into the services because I was all right, well, I'll take a sprinkle, and then I took my helmet off, I took the outer gloves off, and it was so painful as the feeling came back into my hands. It was like nothing I have felt before. Like literally nothing I've felt before. It was just sharp pain. I had to sit down and try just to carry on breathing, and I'm like,
takes your breath away, doesn't it?
do I carry on, or do I kind of? I can't give up because there's nowhere to give up to. I'm
Holy
halfway.
shit.
Oh, what's up?
The music's just come back on all of a sudden. Sorry.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh.
So there was nowhere to go. I mean, it's like I'm halfway on a 200-mile journey. It's like, well, Jesus, all right. So I kind of gave myself like 15, 20 minutes to get some feeling back and the pain to kind of subside a bit. Went back out to the bike and I was like, geez. Gassed up. And I was like, I said to the dude in the gas station, I was like, do you know the feeling when you've made a mistake but you can't do anything about it? And he was looking at me and I was just there, just freezing cold. I was like freaking Rudolph.
I would say more like from Mr. Frosty, seeing as you probably went blue.
I was probably blue, yeah. I got back on, and as soon as I got onto the motorway, I was like full body shaking, like literally shaking. Like I've never done that before. I've ridden not like that. No,
I have.
This is
And this is me.
this is very cold. I don't like this. So
No.
I thought, well, if I had a car, this wouldn't even been an issue. So with the bike the age it is.
I was going to say I'm going to reach a point as well there. I think everyone does, where you just go, you know what? Fuck the cold and the wet. Riding a bike's great fun, but I'm just going to be a fair weather rider because fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, I've done all weathers. I've done snow, ice, rain, sun, wind. Wind is really...
Hailstorms.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Outside lane, on a motorway, hail, and you're like, ow, ow, ow,
You're
ow.
just like, ow, 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 ow.
This really hurts.
You've been gritted.
Yeah.
That hurts.
It's like, well, yeah, like 2 days ago.
Really? I haven't seen a gritting lorry at all.
I'm going through the centre of town. Oh yeah, because they put grit down and the road becomes greasy. So you're on a motorbike and you're sliding around. You're just like, oh, well, this isn't fun anymore. Everyone's like, put more salt on the road. And I'm like, no, put less salt on the road. I'm going to crash.
I'm going to die. You're all assholes.
You're all assholes. But the wind, oh my god. So that trip, so I was frozen on the way up, and on the way back, it was, the temperature had stabilised. And I bought new gloves, and my god, they're good. But...
yeah, I got to get some new gloves. Man, I'm knackered.
yeah, it was so windy on the way back. It's been like...
I miss. Stupidest thing to miss from the Tiger, apart from it being the Tiger, the handguards.
Yeah, they do God's
They
work.
really bloody work.
I've never had a bike with handguards, but I have ridden a bike without a fairing.
That's fun.
It's if you start off on bikes without fairings, you don't know what you're missing until you get a bike with a fairing.
Yep. And then you're like, holy shit!
It's because the wind hits you straight in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like someone's literally got their arm around you trying to pull you off the motorbike sometimes. And then you get one with a fairing and you just go, oh, it's a bit windy, and duck down. And you suddenly become really slippery.
Yeah, I need to kind of raise the front screen on mine. It's not high enough.
Can't you just get a kicker for the top of it?
Yeah, I might get a scoop for it. I might do.
Yeah, because one of the things...
the problem with me and the difference between me and you is probably, what, nearly 78 inches easily?
Well, I'm 5'7", and you're...
12. Yeah, 7 inches.
Yeah.
So we roughly have the same bike, or we have the same bike, different years.
Different years, yeah.
And yeah, it kind of just hits me in the chest, just literally.
What do you got? 16 plate version of the same thing. So you got 16 plate. One of the things I don't understand about, so we both got a Kawasaki ER6 Faired, so it's
F.
the ER6F.
Rather than the N, which is the naked one.
In America, they call it the Kawasaki Ninja 650RR. You can buy a Ninja 650RR in the UK.
And it's not the same bike.
There's no difference between the ER6F and the 650RR.
Is there not?
No, I looked up a brochure. And I was just like, there is no difference. They just put a different badge on it. And I'm like, what? So we essentially are driving around a ninja, like baby ninjas. But the difference between yours and mine, apart from mine's getting old and the switches and stuff and the engine are beginning to be a problem, is that mine has
the green, mine isn't.
Well, mine has the all digital dashboard, which is something I don't know why they took it away.
Yeah, because mine's got the manual tachograph, but the digital speedo.
Yeah, and
which
like a little eco light thing.
Oh, I just ignore that, to be honest.
Looks like a bit of chain or something that says eco.
It looks like a cog. It's quite cool.
Yeah.
I think it's just when you're at a certain rev range, you're just like, yes, stay in this rev range and you'll get the best mileage, which is true.
Yeah.
I get really good miles on that bike.
I just like the all digital because it lights up red at night. It's beautiful.
Mine's kind of like a bluey colour.
No, the red is like, hey, it's dark, go faster. I'm like, oh, what was that? I can't hear you. I'm going.
The sound of ah.
It does have a nice exhaust on it. It's one of the first things I changed was the freaking exhaust because it goes pop, 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 like a sewing machine, or it goes. Well, it's actually quite just throaty without it.
Mine sounds pretty nice at 8,500 revs.
There is a like a rev band that you can get it to that it kind of bubbles, which is nice.
I'm like, ooh, I like that. Tell you what I miss the sound of is the Bandit.
That's 1300.
12, but yeah, close enough.
I
miss the sound of that.
1300.
No, it's 1150. So it's 1200 they call it.
Oh, right.
Or 1196 or something silly. I do miss that. Twin exhaust on that bad boy, and it sounded beautiful.
I swear I keep seeing it. Someone around here's got it.
Mm-hmm. Somebody has got it around here.
Yeah, just driving around, and I'm like, I know that bike.
Looks rougher than when I had it.
Ugh, wow.
So does the Tiger.
Yeah.
I saw that the other day. I was like, what have you done to my bike?
I know what they paid for it as well.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What?
Oh, we're turning off here. So I saw it in the showroom. I think they paid about 1,300 for it.
Okay, that's... Yeah. I only paid... You know how much I paid for it?
No.
18.
Yeah.
I paid 1,800 quid for that.
I think all they did was just just clean it up a bit, throw a bit of wax on it, and resell it as far as I could tell.
They did service it. It did need a 25,000 mile service.
Oh, wow. They didn't fix the fuel tank, I'll tell you that for free. Still,
no, they can't. It's impossible to. It's something to do with the plastic that the tank's made out of, or the coating.
Yeah, they need to throw a new tank on it. Or...
Yeah, literally, and they're really hard to find because of the age of that model. They all do it, literally, because of the fumes from the petrol.
Yeah, so the Triumph Tiger, it's not a plastic tank.
Yeah.
It's a plastic tank.
It's a plastic cover over a metal tank.
Oh, right. And
over the years, it literally sucks up kind of something from the petrol and it bubbles the paint.
It just pushes it through from one side.
Yeah, and it's really annoying because that was the only thing that was wrong with the bike before I dropped on the floor once.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
But the bike's fucking heavy.
But after years and years and years, I got two options. I can either get a new bike or I can get a car.
I think you should just get a car.
Yeah.
You can always borrow my bike if you want.
I'll keep my bike for a while because I can get 6-wheel insurance at 9 years on both the car and the bike.
I was going to say I might have to switch over my insurance company if I'm going to look into getting a car, which I really need to do with wife's health problems and things. But
I'll just get insured on the car. And when you got.
Yeah, but if it goes down that road, we'll get a new car.
So, Toyota CHR, they're actually quite...
Actually, I was trying to convince someone to buy a Porsche Cayenne earlier.
Oof. Okay. Do you...
We were looking up cheap second-hand ones. 2004 model, it's got 65,000 miles on the clock.
Sure.
How much?
A Cayenne.
Cayenne. And it is double figures before you...
25?
36.
36,000 pounds sterling.
For a 14-year-old car.
You know what insurance group that is?
I don't know, but it's got a 4.5 litre engine in it. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, that's gonna be like insurance group 30.
It'll be
no,
£550 a year in tax.
What?
Yep.
Holy crap!
Yep. You can get normal cars like that though.
Yeah. A Ford Fiesta, like a diesely weaselly Ford Fiesta.
£120 a year.
Dad's one's £20 a year.
Yeah, see, I don't agree with that, and I don't think the government talking out their ass with that. Well, no, it's a diesel engine. It's economical, less tax. Fuck off.
Well,
they're a bunch of idiots. It's fine, but never mind. Don't get me started.
One of the other reasons for going with a hybrid as well, because tax and obviously fuel savings. So. Yeah. Well, no, yes. Over the life of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Even if you have to buy a new battery pack, you should be able to save enough in fuel and tax. So, it's an interesting thing.
And it does look rather. What year are you going for? Sorry.
The British CHR, not to be confused with the American one. Well, I'll go with the 2018 plate, dude.
Cool. No, I'm just wondering about the shape, you see, because I've been looking at the shapes, and I'm like, the new one looks pretty fucking gnarly.
CHR, it is new.
They have older ones, you know.
Older CHRs?
Might not be CHRs.
Are you thinking of the RAV4?
No, I'm not thinking of the fucking RAV4.
Oh, you're not thinking of the Honda one?
That's the CRH, isn't it, or CRV?
CRV, yeah.
No.
Because the CHR, I believe, has only just come out in the UK.
Does it?
Yeah, there isn't an older one.
What?
That's the thing.
What the hell did Toyota do then? It wasn't the RAV4, because that looks like a fucking Jeep.
Well, the current one is really long. It looks more like... because they got the Hilux.
Yeah.
They
that
got the
had the Surf.
Yeah. Well, the Hilux is been modernised. The RAV4 has been modernised and is kind of that style.
Maybe it's that then, because whatever it was fucking ugly.
The older RAV4s, they've been around for forever. They are a bit ugly bugly. The CHR is basically a crossover high ride, and it's kind of coupe in the front, but it has a few seats in the back, so it's a 4-seater.
So it's the car equivalent of mullet then.
It's the crossover version of the Mini Cooper Coupe if you ever sat in one of those.
No.
All right.
Because I won't sit in a new BMW.
I sat in one and it's comfortable as anything. It's kind of got the same feel to the cockpit.
Comfiest car I think I've ever sat in was Mum's old Saab.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, in the UK, cars don't go fast because there's so many of them on the roads, and the roads are so bad. They are just poorly designed for high volumes of traffic.
I was going to say, just think Calcutta, just with a bit better accent.
Calcutta, yeah, but without anybody coming to your window offering you breakfast. I mean, we're getting that way. We're getting to LA levels of traffic, especially, I mean, we live out in the countryside and we still get high traffic. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
It's annoying.
So you need something that can cruise along at 1 mile an hour comfortably, that has Radio 2 and a cup holder for two cup holders. One
for your Starbucks.
One
for your almond milk.
One for your Costa drive-through, and the other one for your wee bottle.
Wee bottle.
Traffic. And the seats have to be comfortable as anything. It has to be a nice place to sit. I think that's basically what a car needs to be these days. Because the 0 to 60 doesn't matter. If I want 0 to 60, I'll just bring out the motorbike.
So just hop on the bike.
Yeah. I mean, it might
works.
Yeah, if it works.
Sorry, I couldn't have that one then.
I don't know.
It does tend to break down in the most inconvenient places.
It broke down and left me abandoned. It's left me stuck at the side of the road for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because the AA came out and they were like, "Oh, we're going to come out." And it took them like 2 hours to get to me. And I'm like, "Do you know I'm standing in the rain? I'm not in a car. It's freezing cold and dark."
Yes,
and
but
they
you're
were
not
like,
a single lady with children, so you're not a priority.
No, they do actually prioritise that as well. It's not a
know.
myth. Yeah. So he phoned me up like an hour and a quarter after I broke down. And the AA guy was like, Well, I'm driving towards you, but I don't have a trailer for a motorcycle, and I'm like, well, you're gonna need it because it's probably the stick coils, dude. Stick coils, kind of like spark plugs, but if they're breaking down, because it was going for about 6 minutes and
They call them
stopping.
coil packs.
Yeah, I'm like, if that's happening, then you're gonna need to sort of pick it up. And he was like, well, I can't do that. So he turned up, looked at it, and went, yeah, it's probably the coils. You're gonna need to be towed. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm really sorry. They shouldn't have sent me out to your bike, but because I don't have the trailer. Because all the vans used to have trailers underneath, which can be configured for either car or motorbike.
Yeah. What happened to that lot?
Well, the AA changed their cars to transit vans, and then the trailer put them overweight. So they took the trailers off, and I'm like, well, what do I do now? Bearing in mind at this point I'm soaking wet, I'm soaked to the skin. It's cold, dark, it's blowing a gale, and the guy's like, well, I'll put it in for recovery, but you're gonna have to wait, and then drives off. And I'm like, oh.
See you later, Lord.
So
Thanks,
I'm
dude.
just standing in the dark with a broken motorbike for another hour
Standing about on the motorway with my dick in my hand.
Well, I did that. So that was, what was that, November?
Yeah.
It broke down in April when I went up to Dad's, and I was stood at the side of the motorway, the M5.
I think 2 breakdowns in 1 year is time to
Well, one was a sensor coming off the flywheel that broke, and the engine didn't know if it was moving or not. And I'm like, I can't even. I really
the second one was what?
The second one was another K sensor on the inside of the engine, the other side of the engine.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. So the sensor stops when it gets warm, and then the bike stops. And I'm like, I really want a classic motorbike, something with like carburetors and floats and things.
They're an asshole in themselves.
I know, but once you've learned how to use, well, a manual choke for a specific vehicle, it's fine. You kick it a few times when it doesn't work, and have a cup of tea, and then start it up again. It's
But
fine.
there's no shit in the jets, or the bowls aren't flooded, or
I'd have another Honda CX650 any day.
That was a nice bike.
It was such a nice bike, but the frame was beginning to go, and I was just like, I don't want to do this
And neither
again.
of us can TIG weld, so
No, I could just about oxyacetylene weld.
I'd
Just
give it
about.
a go.
I've done it in the past. I'm kind of cow with a musket style welding, kind of like me in cooking freaking Japanese food. I'm like, this is the recipe, these are all the ingredients, this is a very big and very sharp knife, I'm gonna have a go.
Let's do this. Prepare thy anus.
Two tablespoons of yakisoba sauce, maybe two and a half.
2 and a bit, always 2 and a bit.
Yeah, it was
Actually, no, you should always put less than you want, because you can always add, but you can never take away.
Yakisoba sauce is probably, I don't know, it's probably fish sauce.
No, because fish sauce is fish sauce, you pernus.
Well, bonito flakes are fish flakes.
They're dried fish flakes, yes.
Yes. And I have some of those apparently.
Yeah, they add umami flavour.
Dad was like, oh, here's a load of stuff for Japan because I heard you like Japan. And I'm like, thanks, Dad? Really?
And basically, yakisoba is Japanese version of stir fry.
When did I tell anyone I like Japan?
All the fucking time.
Hong Kong?
Yeah.
It's not Japan.
No.
Do you know what I said?
What?
I said I wanted to try soup dumplings. That's what I said.
That's Japanese food, which automatically means you like all Japanese food, which means
but
you
it's
want
from
to cook
Hong
all
Kong.
Japanese.
It's Hong Kong street food. It's China.
What?
The soup dumplings.
Soup dumplings, yes, I know.
They were from...
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You know.
Yeah. I have a recipe to make some. I will attempt to make some.
I've never seen them, but... I mean, it's not that I haven't been given it a shot, like the old college try.
No, I am impressed with your
but
effort, shall we
I've
say.
had so much noodles in the past
Noodles is good.
couple of weeks.
I like noodles.
It's different. I'll give it that.
Whenever I go to the Chinese noodles, I love noodles. I try everything else as well, but I love noodles.
These are different because the Chinese food that you get from restaurants in the UK tends to be different to what I would expect.
Really? We can drive through these.
Yeah, it's so it's kind of
Anglicized Chinese.
Yeah. I was like, well, where's the ramen or where's the soba? And I'm like, oh,
Ramen.
it's Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
The Vietnamese is interesting because you get noodles and it's usually in a soup, like
pho.
a. Oh, okay.
PHO spells pho, but it's pronounced pho.
Pho, right?
It
Yeah.
looks delicious. It's a very clear broth normally, and you got all your vegetables and different kind of noodles in there, and it's just it's pho.
It's interesting because so Dad gave me some recipes in a printed out recipes. If you want to
see anything like that, watch Mikey Chen, which is I think the littlest dumpling on YouTube. He
actually pointed me to a channel called Cooking with Dog.
Cooking with Dog? It's like cooking with cats?
Kind of. It's this. I think it's a Japanese lady.
Okay.
And she doesn't talk, but her dog does. So originally there was an actual dog, and it was like a little baby, I guess poodle cross.
Yeah.
And it sat on a thing, and it was a real dog, and it kind of narrated what she was doing. So it's these really simple little recipes, but obviously dogs don't live forever, and this one.
Gotta grab some fuel a minute.
Yeah, this one didn't live forever. So
no, they don't.
It was.
I don't know why.
Yeah. So they still do Cooking with Dog, but the dog's now a cartoon dog. So it's either on her apron or it's at the side of the screen, and it talks as she's cooking.
I think we should do something like that. Apart from cooking with Roomba or something,
We can't even do snack time, dude.
We haven't got much to do snack time with, have we?
Oh, we got so much stuff. We just never have a time when we're all available. I think that's the main problem, because we're all stupid adults now. It's easy to get like a video game recording done.
Doesn't require much time.
Well, there's no traveling time. But with snack time, it's like we have to go to the farm. We have to take all the lighting rigs and all the cameras.
Which means we got to come to yours first, pick it up, then come.
Yeah, a car would alleviate some of that, but oh my god. Yeah, and I need to fix the lights as well because one of the clamps snapped.
All right.
So it's just like, oh my god, it's never ending. In terms of equipment for the channel, you wouldn't have thought it, but there is a definite overhead, even if you're not planning to upgrade or do anything. Things like foot pedal broke the other day, a light clamp broke a few weeks ago. You got software that you need to buy or update or upgrade or whatever. There's always
hardware,
there's
internet.
always a definite overhead with this.
Electricity.
Holy shit! The internet costs so much.
£60 a month for ours.
Yeah.
it's
it's fiber. It's unlimited fiber because otherwise I'd never.
Unlimited quotation marks if I could take my hand off the steering wheel, but don't do that, kids. It's bad to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's if you want to upload, because each video file, if for a half-hour video file, it's about 2.5 gigs. For this, as it currently stands, is going to be 5 gigs.
In fact, knows what it uses for me streaming.
Well, you're streaming at 720.
At 3,652 kilobits per second.
Yeah.
That's at 3.5 meg.
I'm gonna go 3, just over 3, 3.2 maybe.
Well, let's say kilobits a second is 3.5, 3.6, 3.8.
Ah, okay, yeah, sure.
So say 3.5 meg a second.
Yeah.
Upload.
Yeah, it takes.
And I can up that if I wanted to.
The thing about YouTube is it actually takes as long to upload as the video is in minutes. That is crazy, cray.
Bullshit. And then they'll just flag you and say, it's inappropriate, we don't like you.
YouTube. Sweet YouTube. Yeah. Every Stranded Deep video that I've uploaded for the last year has been flagged for no reason.
Yeah, it's dangerous content, you know?
I don't know what the trigger is. I honestly don't know what the trigger is.
I have no idea where I'm going, so I'm going to aim for one of these.
Outer one's tag.
Shit.
Yeah. It's the...
Well, don't I feel stupid?
Oh, there's a choo-choo train. Cool.
Oh, nice. There's two.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Is that tram? Looks more like a tram.
And there's a lorry over there. Beep, beep.
Honk, 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 honk.
Honk, honk.
So yeah, no. Oh my god, I would never recommend to do YouTube if it's not a hobby that you are interested in. I think that's probably the crux of the thing.
Yeah, don't do it. Try and get famous.
Oh yeah, never try to get famous, unless I'm not even going to carry it. No, I'm going to stop there. No, I mean never.
Don't rise to it.
Never go to Japan and
Shut up.
film anything there.
Shut up.
Especially if your name happens to rhyme with Hogan.
You went
Paul.
there. I can't believe you. You're a fucking wanker.
Yeah, do I have to explain this one?
No,
I'm going to have to explain it for people in the future.
No, you're not.
There's people
It's
in
all over the news, it's fine.
Yeah, but it might not be all over the news when someone watches this.
It will be. It will be going on for months because,
I'll give a summary. So a YouTube... So the basic is YouTube is very big on vloggers right now. They don't like video game channels. They hate video game channels.
Today I've gone to work, come home. I'm tired.
I thought it was a myth because I've been listening to Chris Trott from Hat Films, and he's been talking about it. And he said, yeah, what they want is people with ukulele music in the background, a lot of quick cuts and ring lights, and just vlogging. So talking to a camera about their day and things like that. And a lot of vloggers are getting real big right now. So this one dude, who we're not going to mention, went to Japan. He's one of the really big vloggers. And they went to do something spooky to get lots of views, so they went to a Japanese suicide forest. And it went about as well as you can imagine, to a point where the dude got 6.5 million views before it got all over the news, and then YouTube after that decided to pull the video. In the meantime...
That's some very stern words to say to him.
In the meantime, YouTube is flagging gaming videos left, right and centre, even though I did a questionnaire. I've been doing a few questionnaires for them, like in the background, as a creator. And they've been talking a lot about how I feel about Twitch. So I think they want to make a move on Twitch as far as live streaming goes and bring in some services like bits and donations and things.
Yeah, but that would only work in America, because currently that's the only place you can do that for Twitch. It's through the American Amazon. Can't do it in the UK.
Yes, same thing for YouTube.
Yeah, so
there is a donation button, but you can't get it unless you're in the US.
I can get a donation button now. I could have people donate to me if I wanted to, but I don't.
I can't.
I don't.
I think you could.
I can't even.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do the Patreon thing and say, oh yeah, support me on Patreon and I'll give you something extra, which would probably just be me doing a video going, by the way, I work 6 days a week, I'm fucking bollocks.
I'll just give him a nudie calendar review every now and again.
I could do that. You could do the pictures for me.
I'd never do the pictures for you. I value my camera too much.
Oh, you could use my camera. Yes, it still works, piss off.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot you had a camera.
Yeah, because I get all the time in the world to go out and take pictures of things.
You don't need time in the world. You live and work in an area of outstanding natural beauty, you penis.
Red Roof is not a fucking area of natural beauty.
Yeah, but some of the places you work are...
Yeah, you ever take pictures in the dark? They don't come out so good, you know?
I specialise in taking pictures in the dark.
That sounds a bit creepy now.
You needed a sturdy tripod.
And
a long
Supposedly
shutter.
I broke yours, so I'm not allowed to touch anymore.
You did?
I didn't.
Oh,
the plastic snapped in my hand.
I was spinning it. No,
I didn't
I need
spin
your voice.
I popped it open and it
was
broke.
Your actual words were I was spinning it around and it broke.
No.
And then I ended up getting another 290. So I got two 290s now.
Fucking ancient ass bloody tripod and plastic's fatigued and it broke. It's not my fault. And I don't have meat plate for hands.
My sister got me that tripod.
Don't start from a second-hand shop. Fuck off.
What? No, it wasn't a second-hand
It
shop.
was.
No, she got it new.
Yeah, like 15 years ago.
Hang on, she got it new, and then you go from a second-hand shop, and then like 15 years ago.
I'm covering my tracks. It's fine.
That's older than a lot of my cameras.
Yeah, you've had it for donkeys, haven't you?
Not that long. 15 years?
I don't know. 20 years. 25 years. 30
No.
years.
What?
40 years.
You're going the wrong way. Any
All right.
advance on 40?
45. 75. 350.
I think it would be that particular tripod would probably be in 10 years last
I was
year.
going to say, it's one of your first ones. I know that.
Yeah.
I did apologise to Brent. I'm going to put you a new one and you're just being
No,
funny
it's
about
fine.
it.
I got plenty of tripods and stuff.
See, this is what I get. Guilt trip from
I got
Emily's
plenty of cameras as well. I was trying to work out how many cameras I had.
So you got your little point and click, haven't you?
I think I got about 10. No, well, I used to have 2-point clicks, but they're both gone.
Oh, okay.
So, starting at the top, I got a Pentax K1 full frame, and a couple of... I got Starglass 200mm f2.8, which is...
Lenses aren't cameras. Just get on with the cameras.
Alright, okay, fine. So, I got a Pentax K1 full frame.
Ah,
I got a...
PLTY follow. Thank you for following me.
Great.
I
I've
thought
just
Nick
seen
was
that-
jumped in. That's why I thought he was doing it, because he does that to wind me up.
Ah.
Yeah.
Alright, can we get back to my cameras, you
Yes,
penis?
we'll get back to your No, you're not. You're talking about lenses, not cameras.
I thought we were talking about cameras.
Yeah, you start going
Alright.
on about lenses. Don't
So I
talk
got-
about your prime
okay.
lenses. I want about your cameras.
Let's start at the top. Pentax K1,
Yeah,
full
this
frame.
is the full frame.
Yeah. Pentax K5, which is a former flagship.
Yep,
Uh,
that's 2.
Pentax K30.
That's that many. That's 3.
Pentax KX.
Yeah, I was going to say the KX. That's 4.
Fun fact about the KX, scratch on the back was the first time I took it out, and it got scratched on the wreck of the RMS Mulheim, which is a ship wrecked on the shore of Cornwall. Cool.
We have a video. Watch it.
Yeah. A Pentax K100.
That's that many.
That's 5, is it?
Yes.
I have a Lubitel 166B.
What the hell's one of them?
It's a twin lens reflex camera.
Okay, that's 6.
I've got Coronet,
7.
essentially a box brownie. I got an S7000,
8.
which is an old bridge camera. An S5000,
9.
which is another old bridge camera. Does a GoPro count?
No.
It does do stills.
No.
How does the GoPro
No.
not count?
Because it's a multi-function camera that's initially designed as an action cam, not a stills. No.
So hang on, the GoPro doesn't count.
No.
I'm looking around. I see the K5 upside down on the coffee table.
It's like, I'm just having a lay here.
The
Don't worry about me.
K1 is behind me with the K30. Oh!
calm
Yes. I've got an old Polaroid.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Bingo
Is that
bango,
9, 10?
That's 10 at least.
That's 10, yeah.
11 if you include the.
No.
Shut up, Hitler.
No.
No,
I think I
nobody.
have 3 cameras.
All right.
I have a KX.
Yep.
That little Lumix thing. I think it's a Lumix.
It's awful,
And the
but yeah.
Sony thing that Chantel's got, the silver one.
So you've got 2 point and clicks from 2004
Maybe at the latest.
and a KX, which is actually a decent. See, all the
I
Pentax
quite like the
croppers are quite
KX.
good.
I like the Pentax. It's nice. It's a very, very easy to use,
So the thing about
easy
the
to learn camera.
the thing about Pentax DSLRs is they are not only are they very good DSLRs, but they're not stupid. Like entry level ones, like the K100, the KX, the KR.
I think my KX cost me like 200 odd pound. It was on sale, wasn't it?
They're not. Yeah, they don't tend to be cheap, but they can use all the lenses Pentax have ever made since like the 70s.
If not, you can use Sigma lenses and all sorts on it, can't you?
Yeah, but they keep the same mount. and they don't have that stupid. Because if you get like an entry level Nikon, you have like entry level software as well, and it has big pictures to show you what to do and everything. It's just like, this is not what anybody needs. Just no. It's like like the last time I saw an entry level Nikon, it was like my first camera, like baby's first camera.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And Canons are actually really good for video.
I was going to say Canons are good. Canons and Nikons are quite good for video, I've heard.
Well,
a lot of people use the Canon because they can get them cheap second hand.
Canons are good for like HD video if you use something called Magic Lantern. So you do a firmware update. Put Magic Lantern on it, but you can't get it for Pentax.
No, that's
Otherwise,
the only downside to us having the Pentax.
But the K1 is like really sharp as a video camera.
It is a very sexy thing.
I think I would need.
That's the only thing we're missing.
Well, I was looking at getting a camcorder, an HD camcorder.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend a lot on it.
You've got enough stuff, man.
But I do want something for, well, vlogging, essentially.
What about the?
What about the what? GoPro?
Hang on a minute. Yeah, that's it.
GoPro's good, but the battery you can never really rely on, and it doesn't have any sort of decent microphone built in.
You can attach an external mic to it.
I have an external mic.
You've got one of those. I know you've got one of those.
Do I? I might be able to like jury rig something, but there's no image stabilizing because it's a Hero 3 Plus Black. So,
do we have the same one?
As far as GoPros go, I think yes, we have the same one. No, I think I might have the 3 Plus and you have the 3 Plus Black. There was something.
There was something different about them.
There was something different. Yeah, I know I need.
Well, you can always use mine if it's better.
No IS on it. They don't have IS until like the 4.
It was the 4, wasn't it?
But the microphone's still not good. They are essentially still an action camera.
Yeah, but like I say, external mics, and you do have one because.
I got a Rode. I would probably. I would still
pick
say.
Up a cheap Canon if you can. Have a look around for one then.
No, I would get an actual camcorder. The difference between a DSLR and a camcorder is a DSLR will stop after 20 minutes, or 3.5 gigabytes. And the reason it does that, because if it records for any longer than that without software modification, it becomes classified as a snow snopes, brilliant. It becomes classified as a video camera,
not a stills camera.
And it jumps into a different tax bracket. So then you pay more tax on it.
Plus, I pick up a cheap Canon if you can, because then you just kind of.
No, well, you want things like autofocus. It's the autofocus.
Well, that still works because there's a lot of people who do that.
No, so the way a DSLR autofocuses is there is a separate sensor so it takes off some light and then bounces it either down into an autofocus sensor or up into an area just before the viewfinder.
Yeah.
When you pop the mirror up, it can still kind of autofocus, but the autofocus method changes to one based on live view, and it becomes infinitely slower. So even if you can get autofocus working, which with the Pentaxes, once you're recording you can't, you would have a very slow autofocus. With a dedicated camcorder, you actually have a much more responsive autofocus, and with software advances they can do things like face recognition, so you can have that turned on or off, so you don't have to worry about being in the focal plane. So
number one complaint to me when we record, we can't see you, mumbling, looking away. Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, well, the thing about recording this as it is I can take our audio streams, our spoken audio streams, and the audio stream for the video, and I can adjust them separately. So I can turn the video so it's quieter, the footage so it's quieter, and I can adjust your stream from mumble and my stream from mumble independently, so I can compress them differently.
Which
and
is why we
clean them
use
up.
Mumble and not TeamSpeak or Ventrilo.
Oh, or Discord, yeah. Oh, if you are recording on Mumble, use the 1.30 snapshot, otherwise you get sync issues for whoever's actually recording.
112.19 or something.
Yeah, only the person who's recording needs the 1.3 snapshot.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I have it. Otherwise you would be horribly out of sync and I would spend ages fixing it again.
As always.
It's what used to happen. So,
why is that then? Do they know why?
It's to do with the way timing is done and dropped, not frames, but drop packets.
Alright.
So for some reason I don't know if it's packet loss on your end, but there was for some reason over 30 minutes you would have a 30-second disparity. No, not a 30-second disparity, a 2-second disparity.
That's quite a lot, isn't it, really, considering?
Well, between 2 and 5 seconds. So what I was doing is every 30 minutes was going into a video. So I was mixing everyone down after going through Audacity, putting it into a video, and then just exporting your stream separately, because you only seem to have... You're the only one with the problem with the stream. It might be your router. Because
There's a surprise.
You have the weirdest router in the world.
It's a BT home hub, what do you expect? Come on.
Well, you've got the fiber separate to the actual hub itself, so it's just such a weird way of doing it. I don't know why they chose to do it like that.
Because I had the router before, and they just went, "Oh yeah, we'll just give you one of these." It's okay.
Yeah, see,
because I didn't want to spend another £130 on a fucking router.
When I went to fiber, they just gave me a new router. They were just like, "Yeah, we'll do it. We'll give you a new router. It's fine." And I was like, "Bingo, bango."
Yeah, they went, "Oh, you can have one if you pay for it," and I went, "No,
no, you know nothing, Jon Snow."
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, it's a reasonable price." I went, "No, it's not, and it's a shit router." And they went,
yeah,
"Oh, okay."
So I used to have to add extra blank space to make your audio catch up. But with when we're doing live stuff, we can't do that. We don't have the desync issues, but if someone's quieter, my voice is naturally quieter than everyone else's. It's only louder.
Mine is quite well projected, which is why my microphone's further away than his.
Yeah, well,
which is why he sounds louder.
I usually compress the crap out of my audio. Let's see. Yeah.
Because as you can all see me, and not my microphone, that's the difference between... My microphone is kind of here, which is probably, I don't know, good 8, 9, maybe a foot away.
My microphone is literally right in front of my face.
You can drive through me, it's okay.
I know.
Okay, I'm going to pull forwards because I'm going to reverse in, so...
Okie dokie.
I've gone for the difficult way of parking because I get more points.
I've gone for the normal. Let's play it safe.
Yeah, but I like practicing my reversing.
Why?
Because it's fun.
Boo. Cargo is ready for unloading. Press the thing. Bingo bango! We're done! Synchronizing with World of Trucks!
And we're done too.
Yeah, boy. Level 25. No, level 24. Okay.
Yep, level 24 and a quarter.
Just-in-time delivery, fragile cargo. Ooh, just in time, I think. Oh, eco driving.
Put another point in ADR.
ADR's maxed. I'm going to get just in time.
No upgrades available! Oh, a load of shit.
A load of crap. For the Volvo.
Some stuff for this one as well. Bull bars.
Yeah, I thought the stuff was like just stuff they added for the game, but I've noticed a lot of trucks around here actually have a ton of bars and lights and things on them. So that's
I'll
kind
put
of...
some more lights on mine. I'm going to go to the mechanics bay a minute and have a look at my rewards for delivering presents.
The rewards!
Yeah, because you have to go into World of Trucks to claim them, so...
Oh, delivering presents. Yes, of course.
Gifts.
Yeah, I haven't been doing those missions. The
You've done
World
some
of
of them
Trucks.
with us, haven't you?
No, I've only done one. So the World of Trucks Christmas missions, where you literally deliver a pallet load of gifts. They're super long, tend to be super long journeys, and if you do enough of them, they give you
Things.
trinkets. Oh, I've discovered a man dealer. Oh,
They also enter you in for the
World of Trucks
giveaways as well.
Oh, okay, good.
Upgrade shop. So have a look at my stuff. What stuff can I get?
Oh, 800 quid to service the truck. Come on.
Michelin.
I don't know if I got any new things.
Oh, I can get a plush bear or a Christmas ball.
Oh, wow. I don't have any extra stuff that I can put on my truck.
I got a rocket ball. Rocket League ball.
I've got a new...
What do you all reckon? Rocket
put...
League ball or plush bear or Michelin man?
Well, the Michelin man's already been added by the... So if you have the Michelin pack, you can get the Michelin cup,
coffee mug, sitting bibendum, or the Michelin style cap.
I got the cap and the coffee mug on the dashboard, and I've got the little car, the Rocket League car,
the Octane battle car. Yeah,
and I've got the Rocket League ball and the thing. But the thing is that the little you could get a Michelin man air freshener.
Yep. So now on my dash, I have the car, a coffee cup, and a bear.
Woof. All right. Let's leave.
Why not?
You've placed some items order. Do you want to cancel order? Yes, I don't want any of those items. Thank you very much.
Have a service stuff while I'm here.
You're having a service.
Yeah, might as well service it. You know, done a couple of 1,000 miles. Oh, do you mind driving into my bloody lorry?
I'm wondering if I can sleep.
No, because it doesn't work like that.
You can if you're tired.
Yeah, but the tired thing doesn't work. You're not tired right now.
If you come in from single player and you're tired.
Okay, I don't play on this single player. I only play multiplayer.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're.
So is that how you're cheating?
No, you can play in single player and just drive around.
No, I have a separate account for that.
Oh, right. Yeah, the account and
because I'm a masochist.
All right. No, it's all straightforward.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't think you should get a car.
I can drive perfectly fine, thanks. I just can't reverse lorries.
I don't know if you can.
It's been a few years since I've driven a lorry, you know?
It's been... I've never driven a lorry.
I have. It's so cool.
I've driven a LDV, I've driven tractors, multiple different types of tractors, and I've driven cars and stuff and bikes, but I've never driven a lorry.
Driven a lorry, it's great fun.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to call it there for YouTube.
I was going to say, and as it's that time and we all have work tomorrow and we're adults and we can't stay up all night playing computer games, even though I really wish I could.
Well, I could stay up, I'd just be a zombie in the morning.
I wouldn't sleep.
You know what I'm going to do now?
You can say, thank you very much, YouTube.
Yeah,
we love you.
We love you. And I will catch you next time.